Healthy nutrition for a busy woman. It's such a long answer to a short question, and I could talk about it for hours. And I do sometimes in these group talks when I present sessions, but I'm going to try to condense my message into the short bite-sized pieces so that you can really digest everything you need to know about proper nutrition for a busy woman. Now, we're all busy. Now, some of us work from the home. Some people work now back in the office. Some people's work is very important work. And I always say as a mother that a mother's job is never done. And I don't only say that, that's a cliche that we hear often, but I never say that that's not work. I hear people say, oh, I'm just a mom. Nope, that's a full-time job. So wherever you're at in life and no matter how busy you are all busy. And fitting in healthy nutrition is so hard. And at different stages in our life command different nutrients that we should take in. And I always advise to take supplements, but the best type of nutrition for a busy woman is actually through food. Now, daily activity, I've stated the case for getting regular exercise in. Hydrating, we'll talk about common patterns of sleep and where they're nice and healthy to ensure that healthy metabolism, and also managing your stress are all things that aid in your overall wellness. But nutrition specifically, let's talk about some of the nutrients you need and where you can get them from and how to bring it into your life. First is you really need protein and iron to keep that energy level up, because when you're busy, you need more energy to stay busy and to stay on top of your tasks. So protein can be found in animal-based, plant-based. I'm not going to get political or sit on any soapbox. I personally choose a plant-based protein access, but I support everybody in choosing lean protein sources. You can also get it from beans, nuts, and seeds or other plant forms. Iron can be found also in leafy greens. So much of our milk source, whether it's cow's milk or plant-based milk, are enriched and fortified with iron and calcium and so much more. So we're getting a lot out of our food supply more than ever before. So yay science, but you also want to be mindful that there aren't additives that are depleting your energy source. So read your ingredients, look on the back of that label. If it's a lengthy paragraph, steer clear. It's probably got something that's not good for you. So let's talk about some of the other nutrients. Folate is super important in your childbearing years, in your reproductive system. Calcium, which can be found, like I said, in either plant-based milks or in cow's milk, or you can go to some of the cheeses and eggs and so on. And that's important. Calcium can also be found in certain leafy greens like kale and spinach. And while it's important to eat vegetables raw, not everybody likes raw vegetables. So if you are going to cook your vegetables, know that when you cook it, you do deplete some of that nutritional value, but just lightly steaming, blanching, or sauteing is better than overcooking it and freeing of all those nutrients. But our goal is to try to give you lots of information so that you don't opt for that vending machine or that fast food, which is often fried, overly cooked, or high in sodium or sugars. Also, you want to try and get all of your vitamins in your diet, which is, fruits and vegetables. So filling your body with the proper foods will get you to have that energy level to conduct yourself in your everyday activities, which are so much. So you're really busy, right? And you don't have time to cook all your meals. And we look at all these famous people and we say, how are they able to get their pre-baby body back? I don't like that language, but we see that they get to a certain way. Well, they have personal chefs and they have unlimited income. So they're able to just buy everything pre-made, purposefully, well done, or have a personal chef. If you have that in your life, I'm so excited for you. But the truth is the majority of people do not have somebody cooking their food. So you do have to prepare for yourself. My rule of thumb is Sunday, either early in the morning or later in the day when the day isn't super full and busy, when we're catching up on all the other things, is to prep your food. Buy some glass containers. Plastic doesn't store food as long as glass, so I get a lot of those. There's a couple different brands, and they have the plastic lid, so it's nice and sealed. Sometimes you can get that airtight lid. And I prep my grains, whole grains, burn as fuel. I hate these diets that say no carbs. Fuel comes from carbs that get burnt, the complex carbs, the brown rice, the quinoa, the whole wheat pasta, the millet, the freekeh. There's a lot of grains out there to love and enjoy. I get all my grains together. Then I get all my steamed veggies or my roasted veggies, or I chop up my raw veggies. I use a special chopper so that it takes a lot of the labor out of the process. Put them in separate containers so you can grab and go. Get your proteins together, grill some chicken, make some lean meat burgers. If you don't do animal-based proteins, I sometimes will grill up my tempeh or air fry the tofu or slow cook the beans or soak the beans or make it in my Instant Pot. There are so many ways to map out your meal prep so that you can do what I advise, which is 5 small meals instead of 3 large meals. Because when you're really busy, you want to grab things on the go. You don't have time to sit down, maybe dinner, but usually it's a little late and that's when your metabolism gets compromised. Usually you want to prepare everything so you can grab and go. You can grab a big stack of veggies and put them in a Ziploc. You can layer up some grains and some protein and put it in a separate individualized container for you to eat at work or in between meetings at home. Whatever your personal life looks like, prepping ensures success. And even if Sundays are a busy day, I'm only asking an hour of your time. So 5 small meals, prepping your food, adding lots of spices and herbs. That's also when I soak my lettuce or my leafy greens or my fresh herbs, because that's where, when you think about eating the rainbow, there's different nutritional value to the different color, those phytonutrients in fruits and vegetables. I also think that we don't have to be relegated to just raw salads. We think salads are healthy, but you could also have steamed veggie salad and pour the dressing over that. You can also make dressings and put them in glass containers, 4 to 5 dressings on a Sunday, so you don't get bored and you don't opt for those heavy sugar, heavy mayo salad dressings that are on the market that just look easy. They're only $3 a bottle. I know. It's sometimes easier to do that. Maybe you want to treat yourself once a week and buy some of your pre-cut veggies to take some of that guesswork and time out of the equation. But whatever you do, proper nutrition for a busy woman is fueling your body appropriately and understanding that we need to get as much physical activity as the calories we're internalizing. So, that means keeping in mind how you're eating without making yourself neurotic or to be shamed by anything, God forbid, but balancing it. And even if you want to use one of these apps, there's so many apps that you can go to your app store to track not necessarily your calories, but your consumption in line with your activity level. And by giving a kind of ownership to your consumption for your busy life, you'll be able to see what you're eating when. If at 2 p.m. you always crash and you always go to the vending machine and grab a Snickers bar, maybe at 1 p.m. you want to set the alarm on your phone and fill yourself up with one of those snacks or mini meals that you packed in your bag to enjoy at work. So it's also about preempting the process by being mindful of your consumption. And also buy those water bottles that have times on them. They're easy. They're on Amazon. They're maybe like $10. And this way you could assign a time to hydrate. And I'll talk about hydration and what it does to your body, to your internal organs, that hydrating with your food consistently throughout the day will help you feel full, energized, ready to take on the day. You won't have those crashes in the middle of the day or get home after you've been abstaining from food and get home and then send so much food into your body. A lot of people just, when they get home, they just pound food. So what I'm sharing with you in this 8.5-minute message is that prepping ensures success. Getting all of those nutrients, balancing your nutrients, shaking it up, changing up the script. If it's always meat-based, maybe you want to do a meatless Monday to just experiment with some alternative protein sources and track whether it gives you different energy levels, because sometimes keeping a food diary gets to see how you perform better from certain foods, because there is no one size fits all. And our personal body chemistry responds well to some foods and not others without having an actual formal condition like celiac or sensitivities or so on. We just sometimes respond a certain way. So choose wisely, prep for yourself, recognize the value of different nutrients. I'm here for you. Thank you for listening.